Women, I think, are the primary caregivers. So, they are like taking care of everyone, the family, the children, the home. And I think they're not giving enough time to themselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Asim Gul, and I'm an integrative nutrition health coach. I welcome you all to Back to Basics, a place where we focus on the power of basic lifestyle changes to heal ourselves. Today's episode is for the most important members of our society, women, whose health is the foundation for all of us. I have with me Aruna Sharma. She had the first hand experience of healing powers of functional medicine. Going to several homeopaths, naturopaths, and functional doctors, she got the same answer that human body could heal itself given the right nourishment and care, including the quality of our sleep and relationships. She's a certified health coach from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, a path we both share. She's also a certified Reiki practitioner, a registered yoga teacher, a lifelong learner, and a proud mother who understands women health in changing times and would shed some light on this topic for us. Hello, Aruna. How are you?
I'm fine, Asim. Good to connect with you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. So, Aruna, let's talk about women health in changing times. What do you think? What's happening to this topic in general? In women health?
This is a good question. Women, I think, are the primary caregivers. So, they are like taking care of everyone, the family, the children, the home. And I think they're not giving enough time to themselves. They are not taking care of their health. So they don't get enough of sleep. They are very stressed. There's even depression, tiredness, fatigue. There's so many health issues that go with women.
I see. So, when you say the health has been changing, is it because of the stresses that we have around us, in our daily lives, or do you think that has been the case for quite some time now?
Yeah, no, I think it is really the stresses that are going around in the life because if you think about it, there's so many environmental toxins, we are dealing with. We are dealing with pesticides, we are dealing with GMO foods, we are dealing with even not having enough of time for self-care or, eating the right foods or, living the right lifestyle, even sleep, like you said, sleeping enough at night, getting up in the morning and, starting your day. There's so much to be done. I think women are not taking care of themselves. That's what I think. We're not eating right. They're trying to feed everyone else right, but they are not eating right,
They're
because
not,
there's no time.
as you said, they don't have enough time for self-care. And this is something that we all need to know about, that today it's more about self-care than it's about healthcare. Because if you take care of yourself, you don't really
Very important.
to think about going to doctors and health practitioners because you
Yeah.
have the power. Very good, nicely said. And we're also seeing a lot of cases of, as you talked about, hormone disorders, right?
Mhm.
Two of them prominently are thyroid and PCOS, right? So let's
Right.
start with, although both of them are very well connected,
Mhm.
and we can focus on one of them, but let's talk about it. How do you think, what are the cases, what are the causes of the increased incidence of thyroid and PCOS?
Okay. First, I will tell you like what are the symptoms. Like many women have um, and like they have low thyroid, and that is hypothyroidism, so the body's not producing enough thyroid, and that when that happens, their symptoms, they sometimes don't even know. They just, like think over it like, oh, I'm not going to, this is just tiredness, or this is just this. They feel cold, the body temperature is very low, their skin is very rough and cracked. Many women have constipation. Many women, they are nutrition deficient. They don't have enough of selenium, they don't have enough of iodine, which causes the hypothyroidism, right? If you don't have these vital nutrients in your body. And some are not sleeping well. So there's so many of these symptoms that these women just overlook. They don't take care,
So you're
And
saying
when
that
you
in the first phase of all of these symptoms showing up, they need to really look at them and understand that
go,
something is wrong, and
yeah,
this leads up to
absolutely.
something big. Yeah.
Yeah, and many women are depressed and they have anxiety, and it's all actually connected. When your hormones are not working well, you get things like this. When your gut is inflamed, when your body is inflamed, you know, you're eating all the wrong foods. If you're not sleeping well in the night, then obviously when you get up in the morning, you have brain fog, your mental clarity is not good. And literally, when your hormones are slow, when you have like a hypothyroid problem in your body, everything in your body is slow. Your digestion is slow, your immune system is slow, your it affects your nails, your skin, your hair, it affects your gut. So it basically everything is interconnected. It affects everything. Everything in your body just goes slow then.
Yeah, so
So
understanding the body as a whole system rather than focusing on one of the organs, how you said. And I think these two things that you said were taken for granted. How you said even constipation and even like the basic nutritional deficiencies which people are not really taking care of on a daily basis are also leading up to all these hormone disorders. Yeah.
absolutely. So
So
that's why it's also, sorry, it's also for hypothyroidism, it's also these toxins. I mean, is your water clean enough? Because sometimes there's so much of chlorine, sorry, and fluoride in our waters that just disrupts your hormones also. And then, your thyroid, you get hypothyroidism where your thyroid is not producing enough thyroid hormones, thyroxine to, work with the body. And sometimes it's the chemicals that you're using in your house, all those cleaning chemicals, and what you're working with, even dry cleaning, even your rugs, when you buy them, what kind of pesticides, I mean, what is the chemicals that they are using them, even the sofas that you sit on. I
so
mean, if you really go into it, I could go on and on with this, Asim. It's like, and the GMOs, like I said, the food that you eat, everything, the pesticides that they use on
does it also
crops.
include when you're talking
And
about
the most important,
chemicals and toxins, does it also include the personal care products that women are using?
oh, yes. Yes. Your shampoos, the creams that you put on your body. I mean, if you read the labels, that's what I want to tell the women. Read the labels. I mean, see what is there. It has to, I mean, you go buy some natural products because otherwise the names are so long. If you can't read them, just don't buy it, because if you don't, you can't even pronounce it. What is the point? Like, those are the chemicals, right? And these are the endocrine disruptors, really, the creams, even makeup, even the lipstick or the cream that you put on your face. It's everything. So go natural. I mean, go buy something that is natural.
I see. All right. So are the same symptoms or the same causes that are leading to PCOS as well?
PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, right? Like I said, with hypothyroidism, it's mostly in nutritional deficiencies like selenium and iodine, which are very, very important nutrients for, thyroid, for the thyroid to build up that thyroid. But with PCOS, it's more like it's linked to insulin resistance. So, you have to worry about the blood sugars in your blood. And it's also, it affects fertility. So some people have partial fertility problems, or some people have full fertility problems. It affects your periods, like your menstrual cycle. Some people, some women rather have disrupted period cycle, menstrual cycles. Some even don't get it, So it's that. So it's mostly, you don't have ovulation for women like that who have PCOS.
So
And the
Aruna, when you talk,
symptoms that you see,
sorry to cut you here. So when you're
sorry.
talking about insulin resistance, is it a good idea to say that women who have diabetes or pre-diabetic are also the major, what you call, victims of PCOS? Is that leading to PCOS?
I would say that women who have diabetes and all this should at least get a thyroid test done, and a full thyroid test, not just your TSH and all that. You have to go do your free T3s, your free T4. So it is the whole thyroid profile. You do that, and then you check what's because there is a connection. When it's like, when your insulin levels are up, so you can get PCOS, or when you have PCOS, you can get diabetes. So you have to work with both of it. It goes hand in hand. Like, you have to. Also, what the problem with PCOS is, in a woman, usually the ovaries make very little male hormone, the androgens, right? This is like, say, the sex hormone, testosterone. But with women with PCOS, the ovary just produces so much of male hormones, testosterone, that they start getting symptoms like like facial hair, and they start getting symptoms like even a little bit of male baldness, and they have symptoms like also it's again the depression, the anxieties. They put on a lot of weight, which is also in hypothyroidism. You put on a lot of weight,
Yeah,
but
because
in
we're not metabolizing the food and how the body
yes,
should be functioning normally.
absolutely. So it's like a problem, right?
Mm,
And also, you have a fertility problem with PSOs,
PCOS.
PSO, yeah, PCOS, right? So
Right.
there's so much that goes on with that too. And also anxiety, depression, you have inflammation in your gut with both, with hypo and with this. So you have to also work with your gut, because your gut microbiome is completely imbalanced. So you have, and that causes inflammation. The inflammation causes that rather. So you
Yeah.
have to work on that. So it's like basically eating the right foods, putting in more anti-inflammatory foods in your diet, with hypo, of course, more iodine and selenium based foods, because that is really a deficiency in this. Nowadays they take out the iodine from the salt. So our salt does not have iodine, but if you see the Japanese, they don't have these problems because they eat a lot of seaweed and kelp, and their diet is based on all this. You see, so they are good there. We need to learn from them sometimes. Yeah.
You mean iodine should be present in our diet?
Well, I mean, especially if you are, because you see, like I said, if your water is not clean too, right? If you have fluoride or chlorine in your water, it depletes, it works. I mean, it depletes the iodine. You need to rebuild all that,
There is
right?
with the absorption of
There
iodine.
is,
That's what you were saying.
for
Yeah.
sure, yeah, there
True.
is a connection.
So we do
But
understand that thyroid and PCOS, both of them are lifestyle diseases, right? So
yes, yes.
if there are a few basic steps that people should be or women should be taking to prevent any sort of hormonal imbalances, although you've already covered most of the ground regarding that. Starting now, if any woman is healthy and doesn't want to get into all the phase of thyroid and PCOS, what steps do you think she should take to begin with?
First of all, she should, like I said, take some time, really learn to, do some mindfulness, do some yoga, do some meditation, sorry, because you need to calm your system down. The cortisol levels in the stress is so much in our lives, right? The cortisol levels go so high that, we are in that all the time in that fight and flight mode. We need to literally calm down and be relaxed, learn to do that. And then, of course, eating the right foods, getting all the simple carbs, even sugar and gluten. Now, sugar is very bad for obviously the PCOS, right?
Yeah.
Because it's already, linked to the diabetes and, the sugar levels. So, so you need to have no sugar, no gluten in your diet. Simple carbs, you don't eat that. Complex carbs, okay. Eat more good fats, eat more vegetables, eat more, what would I say, nuts and seeds. You eat more
So what good
coconut
fats would you
oil
recommend, Aruna? What good fats do you consume? Yeah.
for 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 what are you saying? For what?
I'm
What
talking about
brands do I recommend? Sorry.
good fats. Which good fats would you
Yeah,
recommend?
good fat, like, okay, eat your avocados, eat your wild caught salmon. Now, not everybody can have that. So take your omegas. Omegas are very good. Omega 3s. Take that and eat your nuts and seeds. That has so much of nutrition in it, Your walnuts, your chia seeds have omegas in it. Not everybody can get hold of salmon. So, yeah, go for the chia seeds, go for the flax seeds, So, there's lots you can do with your diet. Eat fruits and vegetables and you know fiber in your diet is good, yeah.
Yeah, I really like
And
the idea of how you.
PCOS,
Sorry.
sorry, PCOS, calcium, magnesium
Ca-
is important. These nutrients are important. So is what would I say, chromium, because that helps with the sugar levels, too. And exercise. Well, how did I miss this? Exercise for both. I mean, for the hypothyroidism and the PCOS.
Yeah.
Don't like do nothing. Get out and take a walk, do some yoga, exercise, move your body. That's so important. Because if you move your body, you will sleep well. If you sleep well, then you get up, all fresh, and you can move on with your life. Then there's no anxiety, there's no depression. It's so interconnected, everything.
True. I
And
came
you have
across
more
this
energy.
recent talk done by Joshua, and he was saying there was a case of, was it Joshua or someone else? He was saying that how women have a lot of stress going on in their lives, and they need
Mhm.
to wind down. How you said, they need to do meditation and
That
yoga
is so
and
important.
mindfulness and self-care. And he was also talking about the fact that there was this case where a woman had PCOS and thyroid, maybe the mild case of it, and she was going for very stressful runs and doing some weight trainings and stuff. um, so one of the endocrinologists or natural healer told her to not stress her body
Stop
that
doing that.
much. Do you agree with that? Like, is
I absolutely agree with that. You know why? Because with PCOS, also women, there's a like a fine line between how much exercise you should do, not too much and not too little. So there's got to be this balance, because like you see these women athletes that they really push themselves hard. They are exercising, not taking in enough calories, and too much of exercise. And these women, their menses completely stop, and when that stops, obviously this is disrupting your hormones, right? And then you don't have those hormones to, there's no, the estrogen, the progesterone, everything gets haywire, So, yes, no, you can't have to do too much of exercise. You need to eat right. You need to have a balance there. Not too much, not too little.
balance? Yeah, that's good. So
Because with
these are the
PC,
steps that
sorry.
women should be taking. So cases where women have already been diagnosed with PCOS, and I mean there hasn't been any cure as of now. Uh,
Mm.
from PCOS. What do you think? How can they improve their PCOS or thyroid health, just to feel better? Because the symptoms, as you said, more male baldness and facial hair, are the worrying
So,
symptoms, right?
like I said, there's a surge in male hormones. The testosterone, the androgens are higher in women with PCOS. So obviously they need to. I remember reading somewhere, and I know I think I'm in a Inositol or something is a supplement that they take to bring down that testosterone levels. Maybe
How do you spell
and
that?
also your liver needs to be properly detoxified, because you know sometimes when we have too much of certain hormones, then your liver needs to be able to detoxify. The elimination and the detoxification is not there and is not working properly, functioning properly in your body. That affects all this too, see.
Yeah.
So the liver, so eat foods that will detoxify your liver. Make sure you're eliminating, like you're not constipated, and you are, when exercising you sweat. So everything needs to be done. So I think all this will help.
You're
Yeah.
talking about this supplement. What is the supplement? Can you spell it for?
Inositol or something. If I'm saying it right, inositol.
All
And I
right.
think that's a supplement, or it's something that helps women with that. Some doctors, I mean, of course, don't go and take it yourself. See a good doctor, see a functional doctor.
Mm.
Let them see what they want to do, and then if you can go on it for some time and then fix all this, why not? I mean, why
But
not?
basically, looking at health holistically.
Yeah,
That's the
and
idea.
eating an anti-inflammatory diet, like I said, it's the same. The fish is good, the nuts and seeds are good, the fresh fruits and vegetables are very good, and calcium, magnesium, chromium, these supplements are good. Even ashwagandha, say for example, is an adaptogen herb, and that would be also good to take for a short while. Also go and see your naturopath or your functional doctor, and they can tell you how much to take and when to take. But this also will help you, de-stress your body, and then you're not so stressed all the time. And when you're not stressed, you are not so depressed, and you don't have much anxiety, because otherwise, it's really a problem.
All
That's what
right,
I would.
amazing. Okay, thank you, Arina. Thank you, Aruna, for taking our time and enlightening us all with a
Welcome.
wonderful discussion on what I feel is one of the most important topics today. Women often tend to take
I
these.
could go on this, Hasim. I would need lots of time. Yeah.
Definitely, you have a wealth of knowledge, as I
I
told
just,
you. This is
I
something
just
that
want
would
to
be
help
very helpful
because,
for all the people watching this video. And as I said, yes, women, you need to take care of yourself. You need to put yourself first and make time for self-care as much as you can. In these stressful times, nobody else is, there for each other. So we need to take care of ourselves.
absolutely,
I
very well said.
I thank you all for watching this video and I hope you find it helpful. Please leave your comments and share any feedback if you would want to see any more videos regarding this topic or any topics. Please feel free to share that as well. Most importantly, share this video with your loved ones, and until next time, take lots of care of yourself because you matter.